office 54 days. What's been the most rewarding part about being governor so far?
Being able to help people in a number of ways already, and in the short term I would not have expected it, but we had a special session on insurance reform, and the members of the House and Senate were great, and they really had empathy for what people are feeling around the state. Certainly in South Florida, as it relates to insurance premiums, they had skyrocketed extraordinarily, and the members of the House and the Senate were wonderful.
And by most accounts, that special session was successful, but it's a first step. I mean, there's more on the way, correct?
Oh, we got to stay on it. I mean, this industry, the insurance industry, pardon me, is tenacious, and they will not let up, and they will continue to lobby, they'll continue to work, and so it's important that we are just as tenacious, if not more so.
Tenacious but tender. Tuesday, Governor Charlie Crist invited our cameras inside the mansion he calls both office and home, revealing a lighter side we don't often get to see.
It's my family.
Showing off framed pictures of his family peppered between antiques placed throughout the 50-year-old historic residence.
That's my mom and dad and my 3 sisters and I, and that was for their 50th anniversary, as a matter of fact.
And as the governor guided us throughout his home, he noted we were making a bit of history.
It's the first interview in the governor's mansion,
right.
In the Crist administration at least. I mean, there may have been others, but it's the first.
Okay,
for you.
I'm honored.
No, I'm honored. Are you kidding? It's very honorable.
And we even convinced the former Attorney General to show off a hidden talent.
You play the piano?
One song.
What, Chopsticks?
Yeah. No, actually, it's Midnight Cowboy. It's the only song I know how to play.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, good.
It gets better.
The silver-haired rookie governor with the astronomical approval ratings enjoys these carefree moments, knowing he has a tough job ahead tackling issues we all face.
We've got to make sure that Florida's affordable, and the members of the House and the members of the Senate are just as committed to it, and I can't thank them enough for doing so.
Let's talk specifics then. How do we make Florida affordable? Taxes first. What do you propose?
Well, we need to cut the property taxes. And what we're going to see, Jennifer, in the next few months are several plans that unfold. We've offered a few. We've talked about doubling the homestead exemption. It's been at $25,000 that are not taxed on the value of your home. I think it ought to go to at least $50,000 that are not taxed. I also believe that the 3% cap on your property taxes going up, the Save Our Homes initiative, if you will, should be portable to your next homes. And those are just 2 ideas. Right. The House has put forward their bold proposal.
Well, and let's talk about that, because part of their proposal is to eliminate property taxes altogether, right? And then increase the sales tax, which some renters have said, well, wait a minute. We're renters. We're never going to own a home. Why should we be penalized?
Right. Well, that's the power of debate. And that's why it's perfect that we're coming into the legislative session that's about to start. We will have 2 months of very healthy debate. But this much is clear. I'm an old football player. Everybody wants to get in the end zone. Everybody wants their taxes to come down on their homes. And everybody agrees that's exactly what we want to do. There will be different ways and different ideas about how we get in the end zone. And we're going to talk about what play to call.
Our half-hour discussion touched upon some of Florida's biggest concerns, like safety. The governor says his anti-murder bill could keep violent felons in jail if they violate probation.
You look at, Carly Bruscia and the Jessica Lunsford case. It's being tried in South Florida right now, and my heart bleeds for those poor young girls and what happened to them. It's just horrific. And in this bill, we believe we can identify people who have a predisposition to commit those kinds of crimes.
I also asked him about his support for the much-maligned FCAT.
The thing I think that is important is that we continue to take a measure of the progress that's being made in the classroom. And as much as I don't like tests either, we haven't come up with another way to do it. And I think there are ways we can modify it and change it. And I've been working with Senator Wilson on that. Maybe the timing of when the test is given, the subject matter.
We even brought along your questions.
This is Myrna Gallo, and she lives in Margate. And she said she's about to become homeless because her mobile home park was bought by developers. So she wants to know if you would consider an emergency session on the housing crisis, in particular how it relates to mobile homes.
I would tell her that help is on the way. And that's exactly what we're attacking. Stay in touch, it's important.
Back on the tour, we discovered the governor's bedroom was off limits to our cameras, but we were shown this bedroom, the very place that once welcomed guests like former Presidents Clinton and Carter.
This, they tell me, is called the Jackson bedroom. You can see up here the portrait of Andrew Jackson, who was Florida's first governor, but he was a territorial governor.
As for the governor's own presidential aspirations or other ambitions, well, let's just say he's focused on one thing.
At the end of the day, what motivates you personally?
Making a difference and having the opportunity to help people. And as corny as that sounds, that's really what it is.
Well, you can watch the entire unedited version of my interview with the governor on our website, CBS4.com. Reporting live, Jennifer Santiago, CBS 4 News Tonight.